Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Connor here, once again with another video. And today this is a Bray Wyatt tribute video. Obviously Bray Wyatt, WWE superstar, who sadly passed away. I can't remember what day it was, sometime last week. I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Friday or Thursday. But I got the news Friday actually. It's a terrible time for me to get the news. I think I got the news. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got a text to say he passed away when I was out shopping. Obviously a terrible time to receive something sad and shocking news. Obviously when you're out getting your groceries, terrible time to receive that kind of news. And to be honest, when I actually got the news, I thought it was a joke, and the reason why, something came up online about Braun Strowman had died, and then I thought that was actually real. I thought, oh, that's shocking, Braun Strowman's just passed away. And then I looked online, and then someone quoted something or something mentioned, and Braun Strowman didn't die. So some people that are, all say a bit crazy or a bit sick, make false statements and claim that people that passed away. So I thought that was the thing with Braun Strowman, but it had to do with something else on the game that he died or something. But yeah, I mean, not a good thing to do anyway. But I know there's a lot of people who said, when this thing came up with Bray Wyatt, I thought it was a hoax or someone was a joke. So as I said, kind of like these things where sometimes a lot of it come up, and they're not all true. Sometimes people do it as a hoax. Well, it's a very sick thing to do. To be honest, I don't really understand what people do it. It's such a terrible thing. Anyone that jokes about someone dying is, in my mind, is just not right. It's a sick person. So I don't think you should ever joke with someone passing away. It's just, it's just not a nice thing to do. As I say, I honestly thought that it was a hoax, and it wasn't true because, as I said, a lot of these types of things come up, and they think because Bray Wyatt's only 36, he was very young, and as far as I knew, I knew he was injured, and wasn't involved in the storyline. I thought he was going to come back, and I thought he was injured. So that's why I thought, it was a hoax. I thought he can't have died because he was, as far as I knew, he wasn't ill. He was just injured. And I thought, no, this can't be true. It's one of those things where it's shocking. It couldn't be true. And then it was only when I went online and I looked, and shockingly and very sadly, see that it was real, and it's sort of like, well, not exactly a dream, but sort of like a nightmare where you think you're going to wake up and it's going to think, oh, it's like, because I've had plenty of nightmares where I've woke up and thought, this is real, and then woke up and thought, oh, thank God it was just a nightmare, it wasn't real. And it seemed like a nightmare where it was sort of, you couldn't believe it was happening. You felt it was a nightmare, and you thought, oh, I'm going to wake up from this awful, terrible nightmare where someone has passed away that it was really, really good. And and then you just realise, no, this is actually happening. It's reality. He had actually passed away, and it's just so shocking and sad. I'm 38, so he passed away. And he's 2 years younger than me. And, that's no age for anyone, man or woman, any age to die at that age. It's just so terrible and just shocking. Because as I said, as far as I know, he wasn't ill, or he was injured. And I think the cause of death was eventually said as a heart attack, which was just really terrible. A heart attack at that age. I mean, I haven't had the best of health, to be honest, and I'm 38. When I've had chest pains, I've thought at times actually I thought I was going to have a heart attack. So it just shows you that you can have you know, you're not really safe at any age, and it doesn't matter. People say, oh, someone's young, but I think that's just being naive. It doesn't really matter how old you are. You can be in your 20s or 30s and have a heart attack. It's not always older people, you know, in their 70s, 80s that have that. You know, any young person, you know, can have just as many problems as an older person, and have heart attacks, problems, you know. So you know, it doesn't really matter. You know, it just shows you that, you know, shouldn't take life for granted any day. You should just live each day, because you just don't know what is around the next day or around the corner, because, you know, life is just too short. I mean, I suffer with mental health, depression, you know, bad thoughts, a lot of times, but, you know, now sometimes when I think, you know, I think to myself, I shouldn't be thinking those type of things, you know, because life is too short. But, you know, it's just so terrible and just still shocking even now that, you know, he's passed away, because, you know, he's so, not only just his age, but, you know, as I said, you know, he was on the verge of, you know, he'd come back before a few months ago, and then he was going to come back, I think, after he'd been injured, and this was so untimely. He just died of a heart attack, just so absolutely terrible. So it was just shocking and untimed, and just, you know, you just didn't think it was going to happen. Yeah, it's just really, really awful. And as I said, he'd just become, like, you know, the last few years, one of the massive top guys in the company, and so popular amongst fans, and just really good. And certainly now will go down as one of the most iconic characters of this century. You know, you know, because I think he'd been in WWE for about 10 years or so. So yeah, I think he'd come up to 10 years, because, you know, he was in NXT about 2013, I think it was. So it's sort of like, yeah, about 10 years where he'd been in the company, you know. So, you know, yeah, so he would have been in it about 10 years. So, you know, very, you know, certainly I would class him as a legend now, because, you know, he's been in it for so long. And just, you know, very recognisable, very, you know, personality of Granny's, very unique characters like Bray Wyatt, Fiend, especially the Fiend was, you know, certainly one of my favourite characters. You know, I'm not really like Fiend, the character with the mask and that. That was a very horror type character. It's actually in my collection. Bray Wyatt Fiend. I've got the Bray Wyatt Fiend figure, which I decided to have in the collection, and I'm really glad I decided to have in the collection. And it's so sad that he's passed away and no longer with us. And, you know, really nice to have him in the collection. Terrible that he's passed away, and he's going to remain in my collection. Certainly to the day that I die, I'll have a collection. He's going to remain in the collection. It's one of my showcase face characters, and it's a really great figure. It's a really iconic character, and it's a great mask as well. And now I've actually thought, due to what's happened, I've actually thought of starting Bray Wyatt figure collection and collection. I was going to do a collection on the Fiend anyway. Now Bray Wyatt started, I think I'm going to do a collection of Fiend and Bray Wyatt, and just have like all the figures. I'll actually nice and collect, you know, in his honour, and for the collection. You know, Bray is part of my collection, and it's always going to be. So, you know, I'm going to definitely do that in his honour. Have a collection of Bray Wyatt stuff, you know, to support his memory and, you know, the legend. Because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, he's a legend. Going to be in the collection forever. So, yeah, going to be doing that for you, Bray. Getting a collection of loads of stuff. And for you, I've also got the WWE stamper, Bray Wyatt in CD. It's called Happy Bray. It's not Fiend, just Bray. I mean, he created quite a few different looks over those 10 years. There's this. I mean, he wore quite a few outfits because I was looking at all the different figures, and there's quite a few different ones where he's got different vests on, different coloured trousers, and a lot of different looks over the years Bray had over the 10 years. I'm surprised more looks than you'd actually think. You think, we only had Bray and the Fiend, but actually he had actually quite a few different styles and looks over the years. As I said, a very, very unique, certainly one of a kind character where I think he sort of revolutionised that sort of era 2030 up and onwards, where he's created this very unique character. He's had a great personality, great presence, certainly a massive presence in the ring. A lot of people liked him, and he had a massive following and a huge like. And from what I've heard, I didn't know him personally, but from what I've heard, he's a really, really nice, kind, lovely person in real life. So it's a shame that someone like that's passed away. So not only a nice person in real life, but very unique and fantastic in the ring. I think he was naturally gifted, to be honest. I think they knew he was going to be a star from day one, because I think he was naturally gifted in the ring. I think especially because he was Husky Harris before Bray. I think it took time to develop his character, but as soon as he created that character, I'm not sure if he created it personally, whether creative character, but if he did, then that was a brilliant idea. I think he knew then he was going to be a star because he just carried that character that had massive personality. And I always thought when I first saw the character Bray Wyatt in 2013, I always thought, because it was like sort of a horror type character, I just thought it could have been in like a film. I thought to myself, that actually could be sort of like a horror character in a film. I thought they could actually do a movie about it. That's how good it was. And it just rose from there, from Bray Wyatt, and his character just became bigger and bigger. And then he obviously won titles. He won the WWA title when he was Bray, and then he won the Universal title when he was the Fiend. He became really, really successful. Won the tag team titles as well a few times. So he wasn't one of those wrestlers that became famous and didn't win the titles. He was very successful and won a few titles, and so he certainly achieved that. But at 36, he should have gone on to achieve much more success, and I'm sure he would have done had he still not passed away. He would have still won titles and been a massive character for years to come. He still had a lot of years. He was going to be around for, I'm not sure exactly, but he was certainly going to be around for many more years to come and win many more titles and become even more iconic than he is. And even though he's passed away, his memory and legacy is going to live forever. All the wrestlers that know him, and even all the fans, including myself, are going to make Bray Wyatt, the memory of him, live on forever. And so I'm going to do that collection in his honour and memory, collect loads of Bray Wyatt figures and Fiend stuff in his honour and memory, and he's always going to be a part of the collection. And as I said, just such a terrible, and even now, it's one of those things where you just think it's just so shocking. That he's passed away. Even now, it's really hit. I think it's not just hit me, but hit the whole of the community. Someone like that is gone, because as I said, I thought he was injured and going to come back. It was just untimely. He had a heart attack at such a young age. Just absolutely terrible. But it's certainly going to take a while to sink in. I don't think it's something people say get over, but I don't think it's something that's going to be got over. It's certainly going to be left a massive hole in WWE. Where the presence of Bray, because it just become a massive, one of the top characters. But it's just going to be a massive hole where he's missing, and he's never going to be forgotten. And I don't think we'll get over it. It's going to take some time for it to sink in that he's gone and not coming back. absolutely awful. And I think, you know, as I said, wrestlers are going to just keep his memory alive forever and create the characters. I think they should even carry. I think someone should even carry on the Fiend character in his memory and honour, and even use some of his moves and stuff, you know, in respect of Bray, and keep that legacy going forever and years to come. And he's certainly going to make an impact on, I think, the next generation of upcoming superstars. Certainly inspire them to make, you know, iconic characters. And yeah, he's just going to be remembered forever, you know. And he had a few good matches as well. And yeah, he's a massive loss and a massive character. You know, he's going to be missed by the fans and everyone in the wrestling community. You know, just absolutely, you know, it's very, very sad. Yeah, so guys, that is my tribute video to Bray. As I said, I'm going to be doing a collection of Bray stuff, and then I'm going to do that video whenever I get the stuff. You know, it's probably going to be a while, but when I do, I'm going to do that in his memory and honour. So guys, that's pretty much the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stuff, and well, you're not going to enjoy this video obviously because it's very, very sad, so I'm not going to say that. But you know, if you want to, feel free to leave your thoughts and comments, leave your respects about Bray, and yeah, this is for you, Bray. So that's pretty much the end of this video, and yeah, but take care everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, see you soon.